Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily, the first English news program in Poland. I am your host, Benjamin Lee. This year's Palm Sunday came a day after the Marches of Our Lives that took place in the United States of America, where young people protested against gun violence in the schools. Pope Francis made a reference to the march and encouraged young people to take on the role of leadership. In Poland, where near 90% of the population is declared Roman Catholic, Palm Sunday is celebrated according to a centuries-old tradition.
On the sunny Sunday afternoon, a week before Easter, whole families gather in churches. Almost everyone has a colorful palm, made by themselves or bought from Christian charity stalls. At the end of the Holy Mass, there is usually a competition for the most interesting palm or for the biggest one. In Lipnica Murowana, the competition is like nothing else. This year's Grand Prix of the Art Handicraft and Palm-making competition, in the name of Józef Piotrowski, was awarded to a 32-meters tall palm. This, however, was not the competition's record, which remains unbeaten since 2011, a 36-meter tall palm. The competition in Lipnica has become a very famous event. Many Poles from all around the country visit the small town to participate in the cheerful rivalry. In 2016, it was even attended by the President of Poland, Andrzej Duda. Palm Sunday is a remembrance of Christ's arrival to Jerusalem, which ultimately led to his resurrection, and hence is an important holiday for Roman Catholics. Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, directed his Palm Sunday's message to the youth.
Ci sono molti modi per rendere I giovani.
There are ways to make the youth silent and invisible, so that it wouldn't ask questions. It is your choice, young people, whether to remain silent. Even if the whole world goes silent and loses all the joy of living, I'm asking you, will you be crying? Please decide before the stones cry out.
Ci sono molti modi di farle stare tranquilli.
Kamil Stoch, Poland's beloved ski jumper, ended his incredible ski jumping season with yet another success. Le Pole won yesterday's tournament in Slovenia and received the Crystal Globe, which is the award to the overall World Cup winner.
Kamil Stoch has had an amazing season. He won 9 competitions, including all 4 events at the prestigious German-Austrian Four Hills tournament. It is an achievement that has only been accomplished once before in the 50-year-long history of the competition. He also won the Olympic gold medal in the large hill event in Pyeongchang. Ski jumping has been somewhat of a national sport in Poland ever since the early 2000s, when the Polish ski jumper Adam Malysz started dominating the sport. A young Kamil Stoch considered Malysz a personal hero and spent countless hours in front of the television studying the technique of his idol. At age 12, Stoch won the national championship and gave a famous interview in which he declared that his goal was to someday win the Olympic gold medal. I started practicing ski jumping 4 years ago, when I was 8 years old. I'm very proud of having jumped 128 meters here on the hill behind me, which was enough for me to win the national championship for juniors. My dream is to go to the Olympic Games and win the gold medal. I'm still too young right now, but give me 5-6 years and I will be there if I keep jumping well. Kamil Stoch has currently won 3 Olympic gold medals, jumped over 250 meters, which is about 275 yards, and is on his way to become the most successful ski jumper in the history of the sport.
Polish President Andrzej Duda has returned to Poland from his 2-day visit in Hungary, where he celebrated the Polish-Hungarian Friendship Day, together with the Hungarian President Janos Ader. They also capitalized on the opportunity to discuss the future of the European Union and the upcoming 3 Seas Summit in Romania.
The Polish nation is based on Christian culture and tradition. We share this foundation with the Hungarian nation, and it strengthens our brotherhood. Our 2 nations are the champions of Christian culture in Europe of our time. Unfortunately, it seems like many European countries are forgetting about their Christian heritage. The President also spoke about how the 2 nations have helped each other on many occasions throughout history.
W tym roku obchodzimy stulecie odzyskania
In
przez Polskę
2018, we
niepodległości.
will celebrate the 100th anniversary of Poland regaining its independence. At the crucial moment in 1920, when the Soviet army had advanced to the outskirts of Warsaw, Poland received 22 million rounds of ammunition sent by Hungary. Our Hungarian brothers also lent us a helping hand in 1939, when they allowed our soldiers to escape capture by German and Soviet troops by crossing into Hungary. Later, the Hungarians allowed our soldiers to travel further to Western Europe, where the Polish army was reborn.
Kiedy Węgrzy pozwolili przejść polskiej armii, kiedy Węgrzy i dzięki Węgrom polska armia mogła się odrodzić na zachodzie.
The Polish-Hungarian friendship runs deep. Adolf Hitler tried to force the Hungarian Prime Minister Paul Teleki to commit Hungarian troops to the German invasion of Poland, but Teleki's response was, "I would blow up our rail lines before participating in an attack on Poland." Thereafter, following the German attack on the Soviet Union in 1941, Hungarian soldiers were stationed in Poland. They helped their Polish brethren during the Ukrainian genocide on Poles in 1943 in Volhynia, and against the Germans in 1944 during the Warsaw Uprising. President Duda has previously underlined the importance of Christianity for the two nations in a speech in Budapest in 2016. You were always our friends, and that's why we will never leave you to fend for yourselves. You can always count on Poland, especially in your most difficult moments. We will march together, two countries founded on Christianity. We will never let our traditions and our culture to be taken away from us, nor our freedom, which we will not allow to be taken away from us at any cost. Currently, Hungary is siding with Poland in its dispute with the European Commission regarding the Polish judicial reform. The Commission is threatening Poland with sanctions, but the Hungarian Prime Minister, Viktor Orbán, has promised to veto any actions of the sort. The Polish-Hungarian friendship is not just a historical fact, but also runs deep on contemporary European politics.
230 new soldiers made their military oath at the city of Stalowa Wola, where they joined the 3rd Brigade of Territorial Defense Troops. These units are now being formed across the country. Telewizja Republika will be closely monitoring its development to provide future updates.
The 3rd Brigade, named after World War II hero Colonel Łukasz Ciepliński, has currently over 4,000 soldiers and officers. This oath was the 9th ceremony of its kind carried out by this unit. Polish Territorial Defense plans to eventually enlist over 53,000 soldiers and officers organized across 17 brigades. 90% of the soldiers will serve on a non-stationary mode. Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki wrote a letter to the brigade in which he stressed the motto of said brigade, always ready, always nearby, and congratulate new soldiers on joining the armed forces of Poland. This year marks the 100th anniversary of regaining independence, said the Prime Minister. Be proud of your legacy and make Poland safer. Polish military plans to train 17,000 additional soldiers in 2018. Training headquarters for these units will be located in the city of Siedlce.
That's it for today. I'm your host Benjamin Lee, and see you next time on Poland Daily.